Damonea was a 21-year-old mother whose life was tragically cut short after she was murdered while walking to work. Now, 4 months have passed and police are still searching for answers surrounding this senseless crime. But Damonea's mother, Lakeitha, believes that her daughter's best friend, Risha, was involved. Take a look.
I got a call January 13th at 8:45, 9 o'clock in the morning that my 21-year-old was shot in the head. At first, we didn't know what was going on. Once I finally got a hold of she told me that Risha and Damonea were going back and forth, arguing on Facebook. Risha was making threats. So we automatically assumed she had something to do with the murder. When I called her and asked her about it, she was blatantly disrespectful, told me she didn't know what was going on with my daughter. When the police told us what was going on, the Facebook messages and everything that Risha was writing disappeared. She erased them all. Why was all her clothes stolen out of her house? Why was all her baby's things missing? And you're supposed to be her best friend. The police and I don't know exactly who shot my daughter, but Risha and Shay know. From the first time I met Risha, I never liked her. Her and my daughter would get along, fall out, have fights. This would be their third altercation. The second altercation happened when my daughter was pregnant. She was 9 months pregnant. Her and Risha fell out, and Risha had her brother shoot at my daughter then. She hasn't reached out to me. She hasn't checked on my daughter's son. She didn't come to the funeral. She didn't come to none of the candlelight visuals that we had for my daughter. Like, her behavior is just really strange. When I went to the scene trying to talk to the officers, her friends were there pretending to be her family. So that's when all hell broke loose, because they wouldn't let me see my daughter. They wouldn't let me get to her, talk to the lead detective, because they were treating me like I was a spectator just being nosy. It's hard. Like, I have to take care of her 1-year-old son. And she was 21. My daughter missed first Mother's Day. It's just not fair that I have to go through this by myself, and I don't know what happened to my child. I just want to know what happened to my baby. And if her friends was involved, if they wasn't involved, like, why are y'all reacting the way you guys are, like you're guilty? It's just killing me. And I just want to know the truth today.
Everything she just said on that video was a lie. Like, I got text messages. I text her every day. I asked to see Peanut, asked her how can I help. I didn't go to no candlelight or no funeral because since y'all been throwing my name around, people's been threatening me. I get threats. I got to look over my shoulder. People want to hurt me, do bad things to me. So why would I want to be around people that want to hurt me? How can I be there?
Why do they want to hurt you?
Because she going around telling people that I got something to do with this murder, with Damonea murder.
And you say you don't?
Not at all. Not at all. I don't know what. She believes that I know something because I'm her best friend and I was with her every day. You
got into a fight with Damonea?
No, never. That's what they need to understand. When they keep saying that I got into an argument with Damonea on Facebook, that was never the case. If she really paid attention to her daughter and paid attention, my brother had bust out a family member windows. He was living with Damonea. So when he bust out the family member windows, we into it with my brother. He is arguing with us off of Damonea page. But they believing that this is Damonea. When I keep telling them, if y'all read the message, y'all see that that's not Damonea that we're talking to. So her mama, she don't like me. She never liked me and Damonea relationship or friendship. Nothing.
Why not?
I don't know. She don't even know me. She don't know me. Like, I barely see this woman. She don't know me. Like, every time I see her, she tripping and hollering. And the first time I seen her, she pulled up to my house. Damonea ran in my bathroom and hid. Don't tell her I'm in here. From her own mother. Don't tell her I'm here. I'm like, Damonea, you know, I don't a lot of people mothers. So she just was in the bathroom. I didn't even open my door. I just opened it. She outside, threw her jacket off, yelling, want to fight Damonea. Bitch, come outside. That's all she. Lakeitha.
She wanted to fight her own daughter?
Her own daughter, multiple times.
Over what?
I have no clue. Saying Damonea stole something from her. Damonea did this. Y'all don't need to trust Damonea. She was so hurt and hateful that people really loved Damonea. So she was jealous about the situation.
Where were you when Damonea was murdered?
I was at home.
You were at home. And how did you find out about her death?
A friend called me and they said Damonea dead. I hung up the phone. I'm calling Damonea's phone, calling her. She never picked up her phone. So then a friend that called me, she came and got me, and she took me down there, and I went into Damonea's house. I went upstairs. I seen her son. He was asleep on the bed. Then I left out. I went around, and I'm looking through the gate, and it was Damonea. She was laying out there. It was her. She was really laying out there. They just had her laying out there on the rock. She not covered up, no nothing. I call her, calling Damonea. She not answering. I'm trying to call her mama. She not answering. They never answer. She never reached out. I called her, finally called me back.
Well, we have news footage of that. Let's take a look at it.
The murder of a 21-year-old mother touched off a string of fistfights today as North Las Vegas police started their investigation. News 3's Antonio Castellan joins us live from police headquarters to show us what happened.
Jim, police are still looking for the killer of this 21-year-old mother. Family members of the victim say they will miss her, and they can't imagine that she won't be there for her 1-year-old son. Friends and family of 21-year-old Damonea Hall say she was the woman found shot to death in front of this North Las Vegas apartment off of 5th and Carey. Hall's murder sparked unrest in front of where her body laid out. Here you see Hall's mother in the light blue shove a woman. Other fights erupted. The emotion spilled over to more violence. More North Las Vegas police had to come in to make sure the brawls did not spin out of control. Police have not released a description of the gunman. Connor hopes the killer is caught soon. Tamara Crane says Hall leaves behind a 1-year-old son.
So I was living with her before she even went to jail. My baby dad, he was coming and going back over there, like he was coming back and forth.
Which is Risha's brother?
Yes. And the incident about him shooting at her, I never heard about that, like, ever.
And he never said anything to you about it?
No, that he never shot at her, though. From, like, I never heard about him shooting at her. I know what happened, but it wasn't at her. Like, she wouldn't, I know Damonea. She wouldn't never let nobody that tried to harm her in her house.
Well, that'd be pretty crazy to let somebody shot at you. But you don't know anybody who made a threat and said, I'm going to kill you, or...
So why would you leave the house and pack your stuff and leave the same day she got shot? That doesn't make sense.
Because for one, that's her apartment. We weren't going to be able to stay there anyways.
I had the key. Remember, we locked the house up. Right, so we locked the house up. So what my question to you is, if your baby daddy gets shot, you gonna be worried about going in the house and getting your clothes and leaving so you don't have to talk to the police? Like, it make you look hella guilty.
How? Because we didn't stay there?
Yeah, hell yeah.
How?
Because you didn't stay there and talk to the police. And you packed your and got out the apartment. And you got out the apartment.
Let me go. Bitch, let me go. Let me go.
No.
Yeah. Because I'm finna beat this bitch up.
You know, it's a shame that there's so much violence.
That's what I'm saying, Steve. She worried about the wrong things. You worried about clothes and why did you leave her house? You're not worried about who murdered her. You've been stuck on this, dragging our name through the mud for 4 months now.
They're here. They agreed to take a lie detector test. They want to clear their name, and you want answers, and that's what we're going to do right now. Let's bring out Dan.
Risha came, and unfortunately, not everybody is testable. Polygraph is a medical test, and certain things can affect it. So I conducted what I've done before here, and what I do a lot in my polygraphs and my investigations is forensic credibility assessment tests in lieu of the polygraph exam. Both credibility assessment tests she passes, and she passes beautifully. In the FAINT, in the forensic assessment interview test, she needs a +7 to pass or a -7 to fail. She's a +30.
Shay also came and took a lie detector test, and we asked her, do you know for sure who shot Damonea? She answered no. Did you participate in any way in Damonea's murder? She answered no. She told the truth. And I would hope that at the very least, you appearing on the show, that somebody could see the pain that this is causing all three of you. Yeah. And that whoever, and there is somebody out there that knows something about this, and I would urge them to contact your local police department and let them know.
Can I apologize to them on TV?
You sure can. In
front of the world, I want everyone to know I apologize to both these young ladies. I was wrong, and I apologize.
Good luck to you.